What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. Happy New Year. So it is 2022. What do we have in store for 2022? I'm going to talk a little bit about the plans for this channel. I also want to talk a little bit about last year, because I think last year was pretty much, I don't think much happened last year, right? And I'm just talking overall. It didn't seem like much happened, except the fact that I retired. So that was a big deal. And so this year, there's a lot coming when it comes to this channel and my Everything David channel, my other channel. So let's talk a little bit about this. But first off, if you guys can do me a favor, please hit the like button. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. Also, please subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell notification. That way you'll get notified anytime we put out a video. So before I get started with anything, I just want to say thank you. Thank you guys for everything that you've done for me as far as your support. I really appreciate it. And I always look at the comments, and when I'm looking at the comments and people are just saying thank you, I mean, it makes my day, because putting a video out is the hardest thing to do. People ask me, "Oh, I want to do YouTube." The hardest thing is putting the video out. It's not doing the research on the cameras and the lights and doing research on the different topics. That's the easy part. The hardest part is actually putting that first video out and opening yourself up to the world. Because there are a lot of nice people in the world, but there's also some people that aren't so nice. And so anytime I see someone that's supportive of the channel and of me, it means the world to me. So I just wanted to say that before I get started talking about the plans for 2022 and what we saw in 2021. I just want to say thank you. So thank you very much. Okay, so at the end of last year, we saw a couple of big bills that did not get passed when it came to Congress. Okay, so Congress, they passed that first infrastructure bill. They passed the stimulus package, at $1.9 trillion stimulus package. And then they were trying to move forward with this Build Back Better bill, which they didn't pass. And then you had the voting rights bill. That's another bill that didn't pass. But they were able to raise the debt ceiling. They were able to fund the government until February of 2022. So that's just right around the corner. But they were able to do some things. And so now in 2022, an election year, we're going to have to see where they go, because we still have to look at Build Back Better. Where is that going? We still have to look at the voting rights bill. Where is that going? Are they going to make some workarounds when it comes to the filibuster so they can pass some of these bills? The reconciliation, that Build Back Better reconciliation bill, how are they going to handle that now? Are they going to be able to get Senator Manchin on board to move forward with Build Back Better? There's just so much stuff that's going to be happening in 2022. And so I encourage you guys, if you're new here, or if you've been watching me for a time now and you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe and make sure you click that little bell notification. If you click the bell notification, you're going to get my daily updates. I update you every day when it comes to what's going on in Washington, D.C., and we should be informed. We should know what's going on in Washington, D.C. I think politicians, for a long time, they've been able to kind of skate under the radar and not really do too much, and people don't really pay attention. But I think in the last couple of years, especially after the stimulus checks went through, the first batch of stimulus checks, people really started to tune in and try to find out, okay, what is Congress doing and what aren't they doing? And so I think that's good. I think this has created a whole new audience on YouTube, people that are really wanting to know what's going on with their politicians. That's one of the only ways that we can hold politicians accountable, is watch what they do. We can vote them in, we can vote them out, we can make sure that they're doing their job because they're working for the American people, or they should be working for the American people. Now let's talk about some of the other things we didn't see in 2021. So we saw one stimulus check, but we didn't see that fourth stimulus check. We didn't see a $15 an hour minimum wage. We didn't see them cancel student loans. We didn't see a $200 raise for Social Security. There's so many things that were out there that we just did not see in 2021. And so they have a long way to go. Okay, so Congress has a long way to go this year. Hopefully they can move forward with some of these proposals, because we're looking at a strong possibility that Republicans will take over the House and the Senate, or at least the House. And if that does happen, then I don't know what the Republicans have in store, because the reality is the Republicans have been standing on the sidelines this whole time. Okay, and they've been pretty much in opposition of the child tax credit. They've been in opposition of stimulus checks. They've been in opposition of Medicare expansion and $200 raise for Social Security reform. they've been in opposition to all of this stuff, but they've been quiet. They haven't talked about it. So you're thinking, okay, well, maybe they have a different plan for those things. But the reality is, I don't think there's any plan in mind. I think their whole thing is they want the economy to get worse. They want inflation to go even higher, because the higher inflation goes, the worse our economy is. Then they'll have a shot not only at the midterm election, but then they'll have a shot for the presidential election in 3 years. So it's going to be pretty crazy. We'll have to see where everything goes when it comes down to it. But when we're looking at some of these other things, these other proposals, I don't know, maybe this will give Democrats the sense of urgency that they need to get this stuff done this year. Because if they wait and they lose the midterm, then this stuff will never get done. And so we'll have to see where everything goes when it comes down to it. But as of right now, there's a lot of stuff that was left on the table. And so the big hope is that we'll see some of this stuff that was left on the table become reality. Now, as for my other channel, the Everything David channel, I'm going to be traveling. So I'm going to be out there. And so that channel is going to be a travel channel. So you're going to go over there. You're going to see what I'm eating in different countries. You're going to see where I'm going and what I'm doing and everything when it comes to everything me. Okay, so it's going to be behind the scenes kind of a channel. It'll be good. You guys will really enjoy it. So I encourage you guys to go over there, subscribe, and also hit that little bell notification. I'll probably be posting 2 to 3 times per week on that channel. So every day on this channel, 2 to 3 days per week on the other channel. And when I'm traveling, I'm going to kind of switch off a little bit because I most likely won't be able to do daily videos when I'm in another country on this channel, but I'll still have content on that other channel. So if you want to get more of me, you can go to that channel and you're going to be able to see that. But this is going to be an exciting year. 2022 will be exciting just because we have an election. Okay, so it's always exciting when we have an election, because you get to see new faces, new politicians coming out there with new ideas for the country. And so that's always good. The thing is, we just need to make sure they follow through with the promises that they're making now. You're also going to see a lot of politicians that have been around for a long time coming up with these new proposals and things like that. They've been quiet all this time, but now it's an election year. So, hey, I got to get something out there. I got to let people know that I stand for something. So that's always interesting as well. So it's going to be busy. 2022 will be busy, and I am just ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm retired now. So that means that I can devote a lot more time to YouTube, and I plan to do that in 2022. I just wanted to put this quick video out. So happy new year. In the comment section, sound off, and wish everyone a happy new year and to a prosperous 2022. Talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.